joined by Scotty McCreery, celebrating his brand new album, Same Truck, out on September 17th. Good to see you, Scotty.
Good to see you, man.
By the way, it's 10 years since you won American Idol this year.
Crazy, man, right?
Yeah.
Some days it feels like yesterday, other days like 20 years ago. That's nuts.
A lot of artists start their careers at your age, 27. What are the pros and cons to starting so early, do you think?
Well, a con is, being a goofy teenager in front of the whole country and the whole world and having to look back at those pictures. But I think you get to learn a lot and kind of learn as you go and feel like now I've got a little better grasp of what I'm doing at 27 than I did at 17.
I would say so. In fact, just looking at the songwriting alone, you wrote 10 of the tracks on this new project, 11 on the last album.
Yeah.
So at what point did you figure out, you're a pretty good songwriter? When did it hit? Was it a song or a writing session or when?
I think it's just the more you do something, the more comfortable you feel with it. And I think originally I was a little shy in the writing room, and now I've kind of learned just to open yourself up and pour out whatever's on your heart. And I was writing one day with Tom Douglas, Hall of Fame songwriter, and he looked at me after the song was done and he said, "Man, don't ever let anybody tell you you're not a songwriter, because what we did today was poetry." And that, hearing that from a guy like that, it's gave me so much confidence. And yeah, it's been writing ever since.
Yeah, it's working. Whatever you're doing, wouldn't you know? We just so happen to have you time next on the countdown this weekend. It's almost like we planned it this way. Scotty. Number 4, right here, you time. Back this weekend with Scotty McCreery and a brand new album, Same Truck, out on September 17th. The truck actually it's got a story, right?
Yeah, well, my truck back home for sure. It's the truck that I won on Idol back in 2011, and her name's Loretta, after one of my favorites, Loretta Lynn. And I'm going to drive her till the wheels fall off, man. I love that truck.
Yeah, and is that kind of the idea behind the album, going back to Loretta and that early start?
Yeah, that's where the conversation began for the song, is talking about the truck and then just talking about the world and the state we're all in and how, hey, we're all on the same team here, and kind of took that and turned it into a country song with Same Truck. J-Lo was your favorite judge on American Idol when you were on the show. So does J-Lo pick up the oil changes for Loretta or what? No, that wasn't part of the Idol deal at all. I wish it was, but nah, that would be great.
When you put out a brand new project, you often, as an artist, I bet, wonder, okay, what are the fans loving? Which ones are they really clinging to? And so what's been the response from fans so far? Which ones do they like?
Man, it's been incredible, which is a great thing to feel. We've put out a couple tracks beforehand, like Why You Gotta Be Like That. To see them, we put it out a couple weeks ago, and now they're singing it to us at the shows is nuts. And we put out another one called Carolina to Me, and the night it came out, we had a show in North Carolina, so I got to sing it for them for the first time. Like a religious experience. Everybody was screaming and whooping and hollering, and I was getting chills on stage singing it. So such a great feeling to see them respond like that.
Hang with us, boys. Scotty McCreery on the way. Back to the countdown now. Welcome back to Hot 20 this morning. It's Cody Allen with Scotty McCreery. Excited about your new project, Same Truck, out on September 17th. We talked a little bit about the writing on this particular album, and I feel like there's some maturity in your voice as well. I know it's hard to step back and hear yourself, but do you sense that as well? There's a different sort of mature sound?
Yeah, I think it's just literally growing up. I started so young, and the songs I chose were probably less mature, and but you grow up, you're 27 now, out on your own, married for 3 years. You're just gonna cover some more current subject matter for where I'm at in life right now, and maybe the voice is kind of going along with that too, hopefully.
Yeah, a lot of the songs for this album you wrote before the pandemic, and then you threw a lot of those out and then kind of regroup. What happened there?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you write a song, and I don't have kids, but they say they're like your kids. You love them, and you want them to succeed. But we wrote a lot prior to the pandemic, and then, the world just changed, man. And I feel like we all went through kind of a sit back and think about what's important in life kind of moment. And so I started writing songs kind of from that mindset. And there might have been a little recency bias, but, man, I just fell in love with what we were writing over the last year or so. And I had to just make the tough decision to kind of scrap what we've done and make this record.
What were the themes that rang true during the pandemic? Okay, these are the things I need to be singing about.
Yeah, for me, I think since I was 15. I got started at 16 on the show, and I really haven't stopped. So it finally, as awful as the circumstances were, gave me a chance to sit back and like reflect on life and what means the most to me. Faith, family, friends, and just those little things we'll take for granted. Just going to play a show on the road. So I think being in that mindset kind of made me reflect instead of looking ahead like I used to be on some records.
Yeah. We're going to get into a little sexy talk with Scotty coming up. Stay with us. Scotty McCreery with us. Back to the countdown now. Back with Scotty McCreery. New album is coming out September 17th called Same Truck. I wanted to highlight a couple tracks here. Why You Gotta Be Like That is one. Great song. Another track on the album titled That Kind of Fire. You've been trickling these songs out over the last little bit here. That Kind of Fire is a little bit different. Now, let me explain why. I feel like seasons change. The last album, we sort of learned, like, Scotty drinks alcohol. We didn't know. We didn't know. Wholesome Scotty McCreery, whatever, American Idol, drinks alcohol. And now with this one, I feel like we're learning you make whoopee. So, is that what they used? Is that Bob Eubanks?
Oh, man.
Newlywed Game, 1960-something?
Oh,
I think he used make whoopee. So
okay.
We're learning a little more about you this time. Are you nervous about people discovering the Scotty?
Not at all, man. Not at all. I love my wife, for sure. So, yeah, I've never heard it called that, though. Whoopee.
Have you not?
I don't think I was around during that game show. But
I don't know the other terms.
Okay.
I do know a few other terms. But
Sure. Yeah, with family TV.
Family television, yeah. No, in all honesty, what made you go there?
Yeah, I just felt like, again, it's where I'm at in life. And before, I wouldn't have even touched that subject matter. I wouldn't have even gone there. But now it's like, man, that's me. It's what we're up to. It's again, love my wife. That's me and her song, for sure.
Right on. You're back out on the road doing your own dates and also doing some stuff with the Old Dominion as well. Obviously, it must be great to be back out there playing for people, right?
Absolutely, man. We missed them. I mean, there's so much to it. I mean, just even before you get on stage, just being out there with your road crew and your band, who's like my second family, and then you hear the music start and the fans are screaming and they're clapping. You're like, man, this is why I love doing what I do, and we're so pumped to be back out there.
Play That Kind of Fire.
Right. There we go.
I did hear in Utah there was a little bit of a bus mishap. Something went wrong, right? What was that story?
We just had to pull over to let the driver get some sleep. And, man, we passed through, like, a lot of towns with, like, movie theaters and, like, maybe even a Sonic drive-in, something. But we stopped in Beaver, Utah. I mean, it was like a gas station.
Right.
So we pulled over and we got the bar cart out of the back of the bus. We made a lemonade out of lemons. It was a heck of a day. We'd go back to Beaver, Utah, I think.
Scotty, good to see you. Congratulations on the brand new album. I'm glad I can be the guy to teach you the word whoopee.
Whoopee.
Scotty McCreery right here. Check out the new project, September 17th. Back to the countdown now.